Welcome to Raven Glen Forest Preserve. Good afternoon, everybody. I am coming to you this afternoon from Raven Glen Forest Preserve in Antioch, Illinois. It is at this location that I'm going to check out for the very first time the trails here at Raven Glen Forest Preserve. According to the map legend here, bikes are allowed on the yellow loop, which is actually technically part of Ethel's woods over here. So we've already done this section in last week's video. Today we're going to be concentrating on the trails all through here. But then if you look at this forest preserve in satellite view, you'll see one of the very big oddities about this forest preserve. So here's the AllTrails map here. As you could see, this pretty much matches what we see over here. But the thing that they're not showing you is that Raven Glen Forest Preserve is split up into two separate sections that are not connected. So right now, technically we'd be at Raven Glen East Forest Preserve because we're on the eastern side here. And then over this way, if we look to the west a little, this entire trail here is also part of Raven Glen Forest Preserve. The sign up here apparently says Raven Glen West. So we're going to check out all of the trails here. And then because it's not connected, I'm going to pack up the bike. I'm going to drive all the way around up here to right up here at this parking lot, and then I'm going to check out the final trail that's sort of hidden away here. So according to the AllTrails map, all together doing both sides of Raven Glen should be about 8.2 miles in total. Of course, as you saw last week, Ethel's Woods would add on a potential another 2.5 miles. As you saw last week, Ethel's Woods has 4 overlooks. It looks like Raven Glen here only has 1, but they do have 2 fishing piers. So we're going to check those out right here by Timber Lake. And again, my goal is to complete all of the forest preserves in Lake County this year. So slowly but surely getting to all of them. At Raven Glen Forest Preserve, they do have separate equestrian parking. That's what we have over here. So the chances on seeing horses today look to be 100%. They do have the parking lot over here. They got some picnic tables over this way. And as you saw, they have the restroom here. So it looks like where we parked here on the eastern end of Raven Glen, we're going to pick up the loop. The loop looks to be right here. So we're going to just pick up the loop. I'm going to head down this way first and come back through the other way. Once I reach this turn here, I'm going to follow this just to see where this leads. Oh, this is the section that leads to Ethel's Woods. So we'll check that out and then make our way back up this side and check out the fishing piers before we head out. So let's check out Raven Glen Forest Preserve. Just a quick stop to point out, this is one of the grass trails here. You could barely see the sign over there, but on that post, the sign says bicycles prohibited. Just so you're aware, they want you to stay, if you're on a bicycle, stay on the trail here. All right, so we've made it to the very eastern side here. It's at this point by US Route 45, the tunnel here, where you will connect to Ethel's Woods Forest Preserve. So the trail systems for the two are in fact connected, which is very nice. If you guys are interested in checking out what Ethel's Woods Forest Preserve looks like, check out last week's video. All right, so we made it to the Overlook here. I do appreciate Lake County putting a bunch of these overlooks in their forest preserves. Very, very nice. And there's a couple fishing piers. You can see one of them here. There's one through the woods over this way. We're going to check both of those out. And based on what I'm seeing over this way, this has got to be like private residences. So I know I don't often talk about the bike here. I get a lot of emails, people asking questions about this bike. So I will make a video about my bike here and the modifications I've made sometime this summer. But while I'm standing here, I might as well point out that due to the drone now that I've added to my repertoire of camera equipment, I've had to add another saddlebag here. You can find the link for that in the description. It's not actually meant to be a saddlebag, but it works really well with the way I can wrap it around the rear rack here. At the start of this season, just a week ago or so, I replaced the rear tire on this thing. I'll show you guys a picture of how bare the tire was. All right, so I'm gonna finally replace this rear tire here on the CynicalZombie bike. Pretty smooth. And I've also replaced the cooler bag. This bag looks a little bigger. I actually think it's a little better constructed, especially on the inside here. And because a lot of you guys ask, the battery would normally be here, but I'm not currently running off of the rad battery. I'm running off of a triangle battery that I have in here that I got at Area 13 e-bikes. More details on that when I make the video about the CynicalZombie bike here. So we're down right by the water here. You can see the other fishing pier over there. You can actually see someone fishing. All right, so just a quick look here at the second fishing pier. We were just originally flying the drone over there. We came over this way to check out the other fishing pier. All right, so we've made it back here to the main parking lot. Now, as I mentioned before, it's not shown on this map here, but there is another side of this forest preserve. So what I'm going to do is, unfortunately, load the bike back up. We're going to drive to the secondary parking lot, and then we're going to pick up right over there. See you soon.
It's intermission time, folks. So hurry, hurry, hurry. Step right over to our refreshment center for the most extravagant array of refreshment goodies ever assembled under one roof. Enjoy breathtaking, mouth-watering goodies. Everything from a snack to a delicious full meal.
Welcome to Raven Glen West. Well, as promised, a 4-minute car ride later, we are at Raven Glen West Forest Preserve, which is not connected to regular Raven Glen Forest Preserve. What we're going to be following is this white trail here all the way down to the end and back. There is another little trail over this way, but no bikes allowed on it. So that first section at Raven Glen was about 4 miles according to the bike. So at this point, we're just going to start here, make our way to the end, and then backtrack completely back to where we were. Just about 2 miles later, we have reached the end of the western section of Raven Glen. There isn't much here other than this bench. So we're right up here, and the other trail is right over here. So I'm going to put the drone up just to see what's in the gap here between these two trails. This is the eastern side of Raven Glen. And this is me on the very eastern side of Raven Glen West Forest Preserve. So the gap in between the two isn't very long, but I decided to find out exactly how long it is, so I looked it up in Google Earth. And according to that, it's just over 1,000 feet. At some point this summer, I plan on reaching out to the Lake County Forest Preserves to see if I could get some answers to a variety of questions I've accumulated over all of these rides. One of those questions is going to be, is there any plan to connect these two? All right, so that does it for Raven Glen, east and west. The total ride was just over 8 miles when you combine both of them. And again, it's a little weird that it's disconnected, but hopefully at some point they'll be able to connect this up. That would be nice. Otherwise, the quality of the trail was really good, as expected from a Lake County Forest Preserve. Let me know what you think of the trail in the comments below. If you are familiar with this area and you know of somewhere cool I should check out, definitely let me know. As always, if you enjoyed this content, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. It definitely helps the channel grow. If you are interested in supporting this channel and helping us get to more trails, please consider a super thanks. And that's all I got today from Raven Glen Forest Preserve. I'll catch you on the next ride. Do you have a trail recommendation for me? Let me know in the comments below.